Hello, everybody. I'm excited tonight. I'm a little hyper. Welcome to tonight's Regional Fishing Report. I'm so excited that I get to talk to Tom Weaver. But before we get into tonight's fishing report, just a few announcements. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, sign up for TFC Plus. We have amazing collaborations going on with people such as Tom Weaver, Stephen Camboris. We got everybody on this. Just get on YouTube and join TFC Plus today. So another couple announcements. We have, and I'm so excited that I get to announce it, that we have another sponsor. Super excited about this. So excited because this man is just so genuine and passionate about what he does. We have old school. It's amazing. I'm so excited about this. Yes. So and I'm sorry because most of you don't know who Old School is. So Old School Tackle Company is based out of Maryland. The owner is Brian Dolph, a good friend of ours, and we're just really excited for this partnership. So Brian started his company in Maryland. It's homegrown. Everything that he makes, the lures, the jigs, the plastics, everything is made homegrown here in the state of Maryland. So 100% family owned and operated. I love his slogan. This one, I want to make sure I get this right. If you're not fishing old school, you're not fishing. I love it. So we'll put the link to their website in the comments. Get on that website today. They not only have lures, jigs, head, tackle, plastic, they also have some swag. They have really nice shirts and hats as well. So check them out today. So excited for this. Also for the holiday season, we've been talking about the importance of giving. One person we're highlighting is Lakeland Draheim. We talked about her before on one of the shows where we interviewed the secretary of the Tangier Classic Tournament and the importance of giving back for this young girl. So Lakeland Draheim has an aggressive brain cancer. In fact, it might be incurable. She was diagnosed a year ago and still alive today. That's a miracle. So her mother has a GoFundMe on the Lakeland Strong Defeating DIPG Facebook page. So we are encouraging everybody to find it in their heart to give something towards this great cause for this little girl. I think she's going to be turning 5 soon. So again, it's a miracle that she is alive today. So we want to support and help out when we can in this hard time for this family that they're going through. So thank you for allowing me to do the announcements. So without further ado, let's bring in Captain Tom Weaver. Hello.
Say hi, Anastasia.
Hi. How are you?
Hi,
This
Anastasia.
is the pretty lady in your lap.
Say hi, Anastasia.
Hi, Anastasia.
Come here.
Hi. How are
So
you?
Imogen she wanted to say hello, and then she's gonna,
Thank you.
and then she's gonna go sit and go to her office over in the corner there.
Oh, she has an office. Oh, we have someone coming in from the studio audience that we would like to introduce. She was kind of pulled out here. You want to come in? Really quick. Sorry.
Oh, hi.
So this is Sabine. This is Grant's daughter.
And what's your
Can
name?
you share your name again with her?
My name's Imogen.
That's a pretty name. Imogen.
Imogen.
Yeah.
And you do horseback riding, right?
You could call me Jimmy.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, her nickname's Jimmy.
So Sabine has done some horseback riding as well. So we're going to have to talk.
We will. We'll do that off camera because I know we're running out. We run into time.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. You go play. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, you can go and have fun and do fun kid things there. All right, so.
You should be around. Show the sideline.
Thanks for sharing that moment with us. Fishing, yes, the regional fishing report. What do you have for us, Captain Tom Weaver?
Yeah, mom's out tonight, so I've got Imogen. Yeah, sit over there, darling. We'll be back in a minute. Okay. Mum's away, so I've got to.
It's okay, because I forgot one more announcement. Shame on me. Question of the evening. As usual,
Yes.
everybody, get your questions rolling in. What do we have tonight? If you have a GoPro, we have this lovely hat that you can use to record all your fishing adventures. So question of the evening gets this GoPro hat. All right, now we're ready. Thank you, Tom Weaver. I'm ready for the regional fishing report. What is it that you have for us tonight?
Well, it's December. It's winter, and when you pick your days, we've got some phenomenal fishing close to home, and home being Annapolis,
Yes.
in my part of the woods. It's, for want of a better word, spotty, but when it's good, it's amazing. So we've had some great bites in the past week. You have to work hard, be patient.
Yes.
That big full moon and the weird tides we had in the past couple of days sort of squirreled things up a little bit. But we've got on some really, really nice fish. And I know I sent Grant some pictures, but oh my goodness, how fat and healthy.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that. That's a 25, maybe 26-inch fish. It was just, it's as deep as it is long. Incredible. So these fish, and they dig deep, pull to the bottom. We're releasing most of our fish, and they're just phenomenal fish. Yeah.
Nice. I missed it, but what was used to catch that fish?
I don't have that right in front of me because I've gone to the next place. But definitely one of these on my desk here. I've got 6-inch paddle. Here it is, right over here. I'll tell you what it was. I don't know. It would be one of these 4-inch paddle tails, but it was probably on a 1-ounce jig head, maybe 1.5. We're generally fishing in 30 to 42, 43 feet of water, jigging those up. So 1 to 1.5 ounces, with a 4-inch paddle tail. Yeah.
Nice catch. Amazing.
I have one of those in my office.
Yeah, you do.
She has an office. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you.
She won't go away. Yes, she does have them. She has plenty of them. She's going to get what we caught that fish on, yes.
Awesome. Right on. So what else can you share about what's going on with striped bass?
So striped bass, this is the time of year when they're going deep. They're following the bait in our area. So they're typically, the water temperature that's it. She does. That's the 4-inch bloody point from all tackle. These are loose packed at all tackle. You buy them by the individually or by the dozen or whatever. Amazing. They just, it looks like a peanut bunker, which is what the bait the fish are feeding on. The bait has come out of the rivers. It's out of the rivers. It's heading deep. So channel edges, anything 40 to 60 feet. Look along those edges if there's no bird shows. If there's a bird show, go for it. And then the schools of striped bass will chase those bait up into the shallower water where we can get them as light tackle guys. Trolling guys are getting them in 60, 70 feet of water for sure. Nice. But I like to look into that sort of 40 feet it's getting deep if they're not stacked up, if you're having to pick them off the bottom. But under the birds, they're stacked up if you get lucky and get on top of them. Soft approach, don't charge into them. Lot less boats out there right now because of the temperature and the weather, so that's nice. And when you do find them and you can stay on them, it can be epic. Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, we had the pleasure of going out in some frigid weather. And you're right. The birds were helpful, but it was really even well after the birds were gone.
So I think the number one thing and the misnomer or the misconception about birds tell me the general area of the fish. It's a big old piece of water. And if you're cruising around, where do I start looking? I got a lot of technology on my boat, but you just can't cruise around looking for fish. And with your motor running and everything else. So a small bird show, 500 yards or half a mile away, if you approach it, shut it down, and then just start idling around. Once the birds are gone, the fish haven't gone anywhere. They're there. So I think understanding what your drift is, whether it's all current or it's current and wind, set up on the up drift side. So learning my drifts, first thing in the morning I want to do is understand which way I'm drifting, wind/current. I will always run to the up drift side of any bird show, and then I will just shut the motor off and drift through it. And the longer the drift, the fish will sort of gather under the boat. And when you start hooking fish, it gets the other fish excited. They're going to follow you. So long, patient drifts, and suddenly you've got a school of fish under you for 10 minutes, maybe 15. Bang, bang, bang. Then you turn around and you motor up current or up drift, thinking I've just been over 10,000 fish, and they're gone. They're not there. You've just been on top of 100 fish, and you've picked off 8, 9 fish. And so understanding the impact that running into fish, making the noise, all the rest of it, if you understand that as a light tackle angler, it will help you. A trolling boat coming through a pile of fish, and then we can't find one trolling boat can blow up 25 feet of stacked up fish, and one trolling boat can go through the middle of them, and we can't find them again. I mean, we got side scan, and let's say 3 of us are looking, and we'll fan out, and they're gone. I mean, they're literally gone, and they were piled up. But so I think courtesy to other anglers, but also to yourself, really approach these fish right now from a much greater distance. There's no need to get close. Those fish are not going anywhere when those birds disappear. They're there unless you force them away.
That is so true. So true. Just a thought though, with Grant's recent video of a snakehead in the bay, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Grant, on this, was it Lenny Rudo who caught a speckled trout?
Speckled trout?
Yeah, was it trout? There was an unusual fish in the bay this time of the year. So anyway, I just wanted to get your thoughts on, what do you feel about snakehead being in the bay?
Well, that's actually, I saw the headline. I didn't look at the video, but there have been other snakeheads caught in the bay, right near the Bay Bridge, and Whitehall. I've caught 3 in my life. I don't target them. I've caught 1 in Whitehall Bay in the mouth of it, which is about as close to the bay as you can get. Don't know much about them. Can't say much about that. Speckled trout, unusual, no. This time of year, I've caught speckled trout deep, and I've caught them in the mouth of the Severn River in last week of November, and then I've caught them in other places. So specks, they come back, and I don't know why they come back at this time of year. And but yes, Lenny's caught a couple, and there's other people catching a few, and yes, so that's not completely unusual. But and the snakeheads, I can't really judge. Much about.
No, it's helpful, the feedback on the trout this time of year.
I've caught them we've all caught them at this time. If we've gone after them or tried to find them, we've managed. Some years we've done pretty well. This year's been a bit slim, to be honest.
That's fascinating. So anything else you'd like to share with your fishing report? What else is going on in the bay? Any golden nuggets of wisdom for fishing this time of year?
Well, the weather's good. The water's still at 50, 49. My area, which is up here, top end of the chop tank from Annapolis to Taylor's Island, is my limit on my boat, and it's good. It's still really good. How much longer, I'm not sure. Once it goes south of there, and once the water gets into that 47, 48, these fish kind of stop to feed up here. They go deep, can't get to them, but we're getting. If you're patient, and we've had yesterday, amazing, flat calm, couldn't have been nicer day. I had to put my guy. We caught so many fish, and tripled up so many times. Just good fishing. It was a good day, and I didn't go today because I had her.
Yes.
But tomorrow I hope to see the same, and I'm going to fish until the end of the week for striped bass.
Awesome.
And then I'm taking it technically the end of the season up here because on the 10th, catch and keep closes, which means nothing to me because I'm far happier to catch and release, and we've released 99% of our fish. And but we're going to take a little holiday, and then when we come back, we're switching gears to pickerel. Segue, boom.
Yes, awesome. Yeah. So we went briefly. I'll share this. We went pickerel fishing and very lethargic. I mean, some of the fish we came close to, they looked like they were dead in the water. I was casting lures at them. They were not interested whatsoever. Grant was fortunate enough to entice one to come after him, but it definitely was a slow bite. It's definitely slow moving as well.
You have to be. You can't slow. Oh, this is Imogen's hot tip. She's gone back to her office and picked another hot tip. What do you use that for?
The shark.
Oh, that's a shark. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Pickerel. I think the number one thing I tell people. Look at that fish. It looks like the most aggressive beast of a fish that's going to fly after a lure, right? They feed all winter long. Slowest retrieve you can imagine. It's a slow retrieve, and that whether that's on a fly or on a jerk bait or on a jig paddle tail, a swim bait. Slow retrieve, slow, and the number of fish that will come out and look all the way to the boat. They will come off the bank, they will come off the ledge, and they will look at what you're trying to do, and they will just fade away. They didn't like what you presented to them. Super fun fish to catch, and when the bite is on, it's on, and that bite can. One day you can go into one particular creek, catch 20, and you go back the next day at the same time and catch none, and you know they're there. You know they're there. It was the same time of day and same sort of weather condition. So super technical fish and fun. I mean, they're just fun, but when you get them, they bite and they jump out of the water and they dump a bunch of line, and they're fun fish to catch. Really fun fish to catch. And we're getting on a good day, a good morning, a 3-4 hour trip, I'll get a dozen, and on a slow day it'll be 4. And many of them in the 22 to 24 inch range.
Oh wow, great size fish. Yeah. So we got a question from Crazy Horse. Can you tell us what's going on in this pick? What is going on?
So pickerel is a lot of casting, as you might imagine. So it's a very interactive, active deal. I mean, with the striped bass, we're running around, we're looking, and then we're jigging on the bottom and we see fish. Pickerel, you're just hitting all the spots. You're being quiet, you approach your thing, and a good cast is rewarded. And 3 inches is the difference between a good cast and a bad cast, and you're trying to get it under branches, you're trying to get it over logs and all the rest of it. You spend a lot of time. 3 inches can separate a really good cast, and that was a near miss. And you're trying to get your $14 lure back out of a tree.
Yes, that is me. I will climb a limb on a tree to save mine.
Well, my all-time record was about 20 years ago. I had, I'm not going to mention names, Scott, Petey. I think Petey was on the bottom. Scott was on the shoulders, on the bow, trying to get the lure, 12 feet out of the air in ice-skimmed water. One slip and it was all over.
Lots of fun. We have, okay, I'm sorry. We had spam come in. Shame on them.
No, we don't
Anyone,
want spam.
we still have a few minutes left. Anyone have any questions for Captain Tom Weaver? So you can win question of the evening. Right now we have no one. So next question is probably sure to win.
Well, Grant's in the lead right now, but
that's true.
I think what I want to point out is that at least 50% and maybe more of my trips for pickerel are fly. It really lends itself to the fly fishing. The size of the bait, i.e. the fly, and the way you can just strip it slowly. I use a intermediate, it's a triple density line, so it kind of doesn't sink, but it just goes down level, and a very light fly that it's basically if you can suspend your fly. So these are flies that Joe Evans has tied for me, and very sparse fly, no weight, just the eyes are actually very light on this one. With a lot of flash, there's copper and natural colors. And if I can just strip this slowly slowly. When you strip it, it suspends and it suspends. It's not dropping and it's not rising. So suspending bait is what the pickerel seem to like. And flies, we can put them right on the beach with no big splash or anything like that, and just come off the beach or off the ledge. So fly fishing has become my favorite way of targeting pickerel. We actually catch more fish on the fly than sometimes with a
Yes.
spinning.
We have
What do you
two
know?
questions coming in, but one comment to that. There was a gentleman who was talking to me at the launch, and he said, and I agree, first of all, fly fishing is a beautiful art to watch, but he shared that he gets the best fish on a fly, but it requires a little bit more work. So he may not get the numbers, but he will
Correct.
get the quality fish. He will definitely get the quality fish. So I want to start with our questions before we come too close to the end of the show.
Go kind of rapid fire.
So let's see. All right, let's bring him up. Oh, Scott. Hi, Scott. So Captain Tom, in your experience as a guide, the Northern Bay, I feel winter fishery, I feel there is no better measuring tool for the numbers of resident fish. Question is, in your time as a guide, how much of a decline have you seen? And I'm sorry, decline. Have you seen in population? I have seen huge declines over the last 5 years. Hope people realize the importance of resident striper population and how important that is a part of the whole picture of the species of the bay.
Fabulous question. I could do a whole podcast on it. Precipitous decline in the last 3 years, 5 years. I mean, I've fished here for 34 years now, 33 years. The last 3 to 4 years on the resident fish, our 14 to 16 inch fish, gone. There are none, period. And I think that's the problem that the scientists haven't caught up with yet. And I think this is the drum that I'm banging to everybody. I work closely with CCA. I work with a lot of industry lobbyist leaders. I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to do it myself, but I let them know. Yeah. We're in big trouble going forward for the smaller fish. These guys didn't just go on vacation out in the ocean. They're gone. Now, the bigger fish, Banner Year in New England and all the other places, those fish, it appears, spent the past 4 or 5 years staying way offshore, showed up on the bait this year in the beaches, and everybody goes, yahoo, the stripers are back. We're in big trouble. And I tell every client I have, because that's my connection. Every person who comes fishing with me every day, I say, look how hard and how far. My Instagram makes it look like it's rosy, right? The fish per mile is appalling, period.
Yeah.
Sorry to put a bummer down it, but that's what we've got.
Yeah. No, it's okay. That definitely is a whole other segment. We can talk about that. I feel passionately as well, but I want to make sure we get to our questions. We have one more.
No, we have 3.
Oh, okay. We have 3. Are we going for 3? We're going to rapid fire some of the questions here as much as we can. So please bear with us. What's your favorite lure to throw on spinning gear for a pickerel?
Here we go. So on a normal day, I use this 1/8 ounce with a little spinner blade in front of it. This tiny little thing is probably about 2 inches long. Small lures. I'm catching on my 23, 24 inch fish on that. And then X-Wrap 8.
Yes.
I normally switch these hooks out to singles. I just pulled this out of the box. The rest are on the boat. So either an X-Wrap 8 super slow retrieve or one of these tiny little bladed 1/8 ounce jig heads.
Okay.
There. And the natural color paddle tail.
Thank you for that. Very important. Cameron Priest, Captain Tom, what does an ideal pickerel spot look like this time of year?
It's actually, a shoreline with a lot of, if you've got fallen down trees and stuff like that, with a 1.5 gentle slope, 1.5 to 2 to 3 feet, and a little bit of a drop from 4 to 6 feet.
Yes.
If they're not on the shallow stuff, and that's where the herons and all that stuff are going to nail them in the shallow earlier in the day. But that little ledge coming off, so if you can cast over that, try draw them out of the shallows. If they're not in the shallow, they'll be on that shelf. So gentle slope, a shelf, and out to about 5 or 6 feet, something along that line. Work a shoreline, trees, stumps. Docks are always good too.
Yes. Yeah. Same places we were seeing them on the rocks as well. So great question, Cameron. Do we have another question? Sean Fenwick. Tom, a lot of the IT guys run.
Light guys.
I'm sorry.
Light
Oh,
guys.
light tackle guys run trolling motors on their rigs. I don't believe you do. Do you feel there is an advantage to fishing without them versus with them?
100%. I don't. Well, several reasons I don't have one. My fly guys, I don't want to contaminate my bow, and that's where my fly guys live. I think a trolling motor in the water makes as much noise as any other propeller. I'm a drift guy. I set up my drift, and I work hard to find that. I look at every day. I have spots that I can drift that day. So, yes, I'm not a trolling motor guy. I think a drift, a quiet drift, is the way to go.
All the questions. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. All right. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get to all the questions. We are really tight for time at this point. So I apologize for everyone who submitted questions that we didn't get to. So, Captain, do you have question of the evening winner?
I'm gonna go with that, Scott, because we could do a podcast on that. The rest of the ones were great. Thank you, because they were more in the technical of the fishery. But Scott, he nailed it, and he got me fired up there.
For sure. Scott, you need to start your own YouTube. You're really passionate about a lot of important things and topics, and you're so knowledgeable. You should start your own YouTube. But you won. And I will reach out to you just to confirm I have your address to make sure you have your prize. Captain Tom Weaver, thank you so much as always. Always a pleasure. Learn something new.
Bye, Reggie.
Have a good night.
Bye to the little kid.
Yes.
You want to say goodbye to the little kid? Say bye, little kid.
All right. Well, have a good night. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Who's tuned in on Instagram and on YouTube. Thank you so much. Have a good night and fish on, everybody. Bye.
Bye.